Hello there, my name is Retro. Like to talk about animation, and today we talk about Castlevania nocturne. Now, this is a prequel to the original. We follow a completely different Belmont, so different that he's sort of unique and refreshing, but still sort of kind of broken, trying to do his job, but not really. And that feels the same, but yet I assure you, just so different characters. You just like whoa, especially even the idea of this prequel, how the narrative is completely different of the original. For example, our main lead, he's hopeful, charming, good looking, good at his job, but yet he's so broken that if you don't notice, you feel his pain if you don't want to notice. Because how he says specific dialogue, you understand how he said it, especially you know his backstory of how his mom died doing her job, protecting him and doing her job, and he feels guilty, he has nightmares, but he never really shows his trauma. He always keeps it inside his own pocket, trying to control it, trying to make laugh, jokes, being sarcastic, being fun. But every time he says sort of things, sort of kind of low key, you understand his pain, why he said it that specific way. Like I think one of my favorite sentences he says, not all vampires know how to do magic, but also Velmonts, all non-Velmonts don't know do magic. And you understand that phrasing. You remember what happened to him was a kid, what he does magic, decides to do no more magic because of that event. You get it. You understand his pain, but he never says it out loud. He never grab your attention or make basically a grand painful speech. He just said it sort of quickly and low key, just in the middle of the whole conversation, trying to make a point. But that point, you get it. You feel his pain. In fact, his sort of pain is so sprinkled around the whole season one. How he says it, how he moves, how he has nightmares, but not trying to get attention to it, trying to hide it. Even that his friends and family understand, or at least have a sort of understanding his pain, but they don't know how to tackle it because not yet fully realize how pain he really is. But I feel this little way he sort of continuing his life is just doing the job he's supposed to do, being a Velma, hunting down vampires. But yet he doesn't have hope. He feels it's not his destiny to keep doing. It's just a job. But I love that he relied to Maria to be sort of his compass in a way, her best friend who wants to revolution France because of the poor people and the rich people are basically becoming enemies officially, doing a revolution, but they're trying to shut her up, trying to set vampires to kill her, but realizing the vampires helping the government and the government helping the church. And Maria trying to figure out, okay, why the church and the vampire are working together, especially they're basically a church, not church, father who runs that specific section. We don't know he's actually with them or against them, and she wanted to burn everything down. And this is when the part of Victor is just so interesting that he is broken, he's damaged, but he's still so clear-headed. Like, wait a minute, does not make sense. We do not know if the clergyman is portraying everyone because of the vampires, and you trying to make sense of it, and Maria just burn everything down because the rich people are ruining our lives. And I love about that, like, sort of interesting twist, because all of them are thinking straight, but at the same time, because of how they're emotionally tired or emotionally broken, you understand how easy trigger happy they really are. And Velmont himself, he's the one who is broken, the one who realized maybe we do need a plan. I mean, call me a coward, but we can't point fingers without making sure if the Pope or the monarchy are doing the thing you think you're saying. And that's just sort of interesting because the dialogue in the conversation just grabs you. But I just love not just the Veltmont or his best friend slash lover is the same thing. The enemy, the vampire, the clergyman. Everybody has a very distinct understanding their position, but also maybe blind something like the clergyman, how he trying to work with the vampires. You think he's sort of evil, corrupted, but no, he's sort of scared because how all the poor people are trying to revolutionize, trying to break down the system and remake it, but he doesn't want the war. So desperate, he asked help with the vampires, but yet he doesn't want bloodshed on the floor, specifically young people, because he still believes in the religion. He believed the youngs who should not die in the floor. Maybe the elderly, because they have their time, they're old, they had did what they did need to do, and that's sort of interesting because it makes the clergy just sort of complicated. You even though you disagree, he's actually working on the vampires. You understand his point of view. But I love it. Even the Messiah, not specifically the Messiah, the right hand Messiah who comes here to clean house for the Messiah, she has her own agendas. Why she doing it? Why she love being super evil? But I love it. She's not white noted. Not just her. Even her partners are not white noted. It's always that sort of question: what motivates them to do sort of things? Like I think one of the biggest example is sort of the plantation owner who is a vampire who basically punish others, people who work under him because that's the way. That's how it's supposed to work. You disagree with them, but yet his point of view kind of makes sense, but at the same time it doesn't. But you understand his motivation, why he needs to do it, and that's sort of disturbing and yet fascinating. In fact, that's the best way to describe it. Every single character feels not really wasted, even that they don't have time to develop. Like for example, there's a character that I just don't remember his name. He's just sort of a friend of Maria's in the that month, but he dies like a couple of seconds in the first episode and comes back as a vampire. But you get it, like you understand how Maria feels and Belmont feels because how he was set up, like little moments like he supposed to meet Belmont, but Belmont decided to not go to the bar. He decided to go home. He sort of, you could say, if he did went to the bar, he could actually save him, but he didn't. It's sort of, what if I was there, things would be changed, but at the same time, if not, it will be the same. Yeah, I love that. I love that sort of idea in this new series that what if I stay? What if I didn't stay? It would change the event or not. Yeah, I just found it fascinating, especially how suffering is sort of kind of romanticized here. I mean, it's vampires, it's always romanticized, but in a way, it's just interesting. Now, the animation, I have to say, now, their moments of the art is just glory, especially the backstories. Every time they really put the budget in the backstories, it's just so beautiful, well made. It's not the just backstories. The fight scenes are so well made. It's just sort of ooh, it's ass. But at the same time, they didn't waste that much money in the conversation. If you don't know what I'm talking about, sometimes they sit down and some of the characters need to talk to each other and they don't really move that often. There's specifically one scene that all five characters sit down at the table. They're just talking, but they're just not moving. The only thing they're moving their lips. And that's something that you really do notice. But at the same time, it's sort of a sacrifice you think. It's the best way to... You think it's the best way to spend the money there or someone else just to be cheap right here to save up to the grand finale. It's something that's like you think is okay, just the stuff that they're given. And to me, I think it is. It's one of those like, yeah, you have to make choices to make something amazing. Yeah, I think it's nothing really that annoying, but you maybe notice, but other than that, it's still amazing. The animation is still good. Now, I really had much to say, just one question. How you felt about this new series? You like this new Belmont? You like the new story, the ideas, the reason why the characters are doing things? You feel or relate on none of them, or all of them? Tell me down below, let me know. I got nothing else to say, just thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and have a wonderful day. Bye.